It had been too long since Jasper Wilder traveled under his own name. Long enough that he had to remind himself to show his real identification as he disembarked at Brennick's spaceport. He could skip the long intake lines as a citizen returning home. Home. Like his own given name on his tongue, everything here felt both strange and familiar at once. The particular dusty smell of recycled air, neither sterile like the ship he'd traveled on, nor verdant like a living planet. The way people walked with purpose, everyone bound for a destination. The mix of languages and accents, voices human, Kovari, Lurlian, a few outcast Myran, and a scattering of others, which came together in a unique symphony. The port was cleaner than the last time he'd been here, with only a few empty storefronts interrupting the lines of brightly lit windows that offered everything a traveler might need. The food, the usual spaceport offerings that spanned the category of fried stuff with sauce, still smelled amazing. Brennick's seemed to be getting along fine in his absence. He leaned against a column, pretending to read his messages, but really watching the shimmering web of relationships between the people around him, links that only he could see, checking instinctively for any dark lines of hostility directed toward him. There were none, of course, and he chided himself. This was Brennick's. No one would be looking here for his alter ego, Mason Singh. It was tough to set aside his habits of caution, but this was as safe a place for him as any in the galaxy. He relaxed and let himself bask in the feel of the place. There were two kinds of people on Brennick's: locals and travelers passing through on their way to elsewhere. The planet itself was no tourist attraction, just a ball of rock with habitation domes grafted onto it. What limited prosperity they had was due to their location on the Long Lane, a narrow and difficult macrospace passage that was the fastest way through this region, but which offered few opportunities to take on supplies or make repairs. Brennick's founders, Jasper's ancestors, had taken full advantage, building their tiny pit stop into a place that people would tell others about, where they'd want to stop and buy kitschy souvenirs and fresh food.